Hey there guys, welcome back, it's Maverick here today with another episode of Chainsaw Man. So, we are in, maybe, perhaps, the middle of a training arc here, right? We got Denji and Power both powering up, alongside, what's his name again? Kishibe? Kishibe? Oh, anyways, voiced by my favorite male voice actor. Yeah, it does seem that they are doing a decent job so far. I mean, they're getting their asses kicked, let's be honest here, but they are improving, right? And any improvement is good improvement. At least we're seeing improvement on screen. Versus someone else, Hayakawa, we're not really sure where he's going to go with all of this, right? I am quite interested to see, like, what exactly he's going to give up for this, what was it again? A Future Devil? And more importantly, with a name like Future Devil, I've always said, right, to me, concepts, like things that aren't specifically tangible, they, due to human imagination and whatnot, I feel like they should be more powerful than anything specific. Obviously, in the world of Chainsaw Man, that might not entirely be true, but you know, when you have a concept like future, like to me, that's a huge concept. That's something that's very, very powerful. Similar to Infinity, but you know, let's not go back there once again. You know, I already said my case. Let it rest in peace. So, anyways, with that in mind, let's get into the episode. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, we're just replaying the end of the last episode, I see. And so how did they determine like who makes a contract with who? Right? I mean, I would have thought that the devils themselves, like, it would be like a process of them interviewing each other, right? Like, if they gel with each other, they think it's okay, then they choose each other. But in this kind of case, like, how does the public security division know that this devil is suitable for Hayakawa? Like, I'm assuming this isn't exactly, like, the strongest devil that they have. Oh. Is this the, isn't this the devil that we see in the opening? By the way, he seems like a pretty interesting character already. Yeah, that devil was the one dancing around, right? Near the end? Unless I'm forgetting something? Like, maybe it's not that one, and I'm just being blind. And I wonder, once again, I wonder when that angel girl is going to come out. I'm also quite curious about her as well. Right, so I'm thinking, yeah, that guy, right? We saw him dancing around. It was that guy, right? I mean, it's literally like 1 second, not even a second, so hard to say. But I think it's the same one. I mean, considering he's dancing around right now, I would presume it's him. Oh, that's interesting. So he takes a look at the human's future and then decides what kind of payment he wants from them. Oh, no hesitation, eh? Yeah. Now that is quite strong, right? So this is actually a devil that has premonition. Right, so since it's living in his right eye, I am theorizing once again that he's probably going to gain the ability of precognition or something. Maybe, although I do wonder, like, how far into the future can he see? Right, like a second, 3 or 5 seconds, a full minute or something. Oh, did they actually cut him once? Well, it seems so. Oh, is he lying though? Oh, new Division 4. Oh, so they're gonna fight together? It's just like, what is this little shit talking about? No, he doesn't think those two can do it. I mean, I think that was pretty much obvious. Yeah, that wasn't very convincing at all either. But again, like, I don't really see Makima as being like a person obsessed with like self interest or anything. So it does make one wonder, right? Oh, now we got zombies again? Oh, yeah, right, because that's all the way back in episode 1. I mean, be as that may. Let the dude do his thing, eh? Yeah. Like if he can't make it, he can't make it, right? Whatever. It's not like unless of course the guy is being like, kind of being like Hayakawa was towards Denji at the very beginning, and simply can't doesn't want to see his Kohai being all, you know, heading, you know, heading headfirst into his death. Yeah. See? So again, kind of like a Hayakawa character as well, right? Like how he was towards Denji. Oh, so this is the game. So the Gun Devil is just literally an arms dealer, really? I find that ironically hilarious. Mm, I have a feeling that some blood is going to be spilled here. I think for Makima, oh, don't worry. I am inherently familiar with necessary evils. I get to see a little bit more of Makima's abilities, I'm thinking. It's literally a bag full of eyeballs. Okay, that was pretty damn awesome. Wait, isn't Kishibe gonna be here as well? Oh? Oh yeah. The squad's here. Hmm. So what exactly is Kishibe's like position in all of this? Division 2. Oh, captain. Wait, she's the captain of Division 2. This is more like a police organization, right? So I'm guessing captain should be the leader of Division 4. So what is his relationship with Makima? I mean, relationship as in like, is Makima sort of like, no? Is Makima the leader or is Kishibe the leader? I guess the Shark Devil. No, the Shark Fiend. Oh no, wait. Yeah, he's a fiend. So right. What's this? A violence fiend. Oh, what is your ability? Spider Devil, eh? A Spider Devil that wears a skirt? That is so. Well, actually, that makes a lot of sense because if it were pants, then she wouldn't be able to expand her legs, right? Ah, here we go. Here's the Angel Child. The Angel Devil. Wait, so is Angel Chan a guy or a girl? I can never tell. Ambush? Hmm. So he actually refuses to kill humans? Is he actually going to slice? Oh. Huh? Isn't that what happened to Makima, from Makima earlier? No, yeah. So she's doing long range support, eh? Because she has the names of them. Damn. Such a badass. Oh, is it, Nope. So I guess because her abilities are stronger, she doesn't get one hit KO'd, eh? Hmm. Yeah. That seemed about as expected. But I mean, seeing into the future doesn't really mean much if your body can't keep up, though. Oop. I mean, that kind of like that cliffhanger isn't fooling anyone, right? All right. Oh, are we having like getting to see the new characters in this one? Nope, not really. They really like to draw the characters dancing, eh? Or maybe just specifically power. Oh, okay. Violence, eh? Queen's B. Actually, I'm not sure if the English translation of this band is supposed to be Queen's B, but yeah, they're quite popular. Makes sense as well, this kind of genre of music. But, anyways, I will see you guys after this. Alright, guys, that was episode 11, and so it didn't turn out to be exactly a training arc, if you will, but at the very least, we get right into the action, right? So I don't think too much was lost. In any case, both Denji and Power leveled up a bit, you know, starting to use their brains, starting to use tactics a little bit more. Probably not so much in actual like hand-to-hand combat training or whatnot, but we'll assume that they level up, and probably one of them is going to come to Hayakawa's rescue in the next episode, right? And of course, Hayakawa got his contract with the Future Devil, which the ability isn't exactly. I do like that ability, but again, it's kind of like a pretty common cliche, right? To have this kind of like foresight ability or precognition ability, especially when when it's coming from something literally like a called a Future Devil. I think that one was pretty much self-evident. I am kind of interested in how far he can see into the future and whatnot, but overall, with this kind of ability, it's always boiling down to one thing, right? The ability of the user itself, himself or herself. How can their body actually keep up to what they're actually seeing and all that, and that's like another thing entirely. I do wonder if having a contract with the Future Devil also means that they can, Hayakawa was able to activate abilities of real foresight, right? I'm not just talking about like a few seconds into the future, but actually predicting or being able to see like major events and whatnot. I mean, clearly the Future Devil is capable of doing this, right? It's since he can read Hayakawa's future, and that's what made him decide to stick with him in the first place, right? Because he can clearly see that Hayakawa has the aura of a main character and the thing called plot armor with him. So that's why he is the Future Devil is choosing to tag along with Hayakawa, because hey, he's about to see something pretty damn interesting, right? And that's probably why he wanted to be in the right eye, not only to allow Hayakawa to use his abilities better, but then also he can have like literally the front row seats to all the action, right? Number one viewer, just like us. So interesting character, and once again we can clearly see that he is the one who is dancing in the opening, which I don't know, like maybe we'll see him dance in the future? Question mark? No, that's something for the future. We also get to see lots of other pretty interesting characters, of which apparently the Shark Devil is named. I think he's called Beam or something. We'll see in the next one, but he's the only one that's not literally just called like Shark Devil. All the rest, like they're called like Violence Devil, Spider Devil, Angel Devil, and one. And by the way, Angel Devil, I love the sort of like the irony of that kind of naming and whatnot. And to be honest, she was the one that I was mostly interested in when I saw all the other characters showing up in that movie theater and whatnot. So I am quite curious, quite curious about her sort of like abilities, what she can do, and she's literally like an angel, right? Even Kishibe was saying, yeah, that girl's a little bit special from the other devils, even though she does have this death aura ability, right? So interested to know more about her. But come on, let's be real here, right? The main, I guess the main big takeaway from this one is once again Makima. Well, at least for me, anyway. So I love that we're able to see once again Makima's abilities, her character, and the way she does things and all that, and really showing some of the some of what makes her so feared by her enemies, right? And possibly by her allies as well. All things considered, and I love how she dealt with the Yakuza there, and the whole necessary evil speech. We can clearly see that Makima definitely believes in necessary evil, right? And I think that's pretty much obvious from the very beginning. From when well, I guess not from the beginning, but I mentioned before that it was quite obvious that she's definitely not exactly this sort of Goody Two-Shoes character or this very sisterly One-chan kind of character. I mean, she is, but that's not the only sort of characteristic that she has, and she's definitely someone who would not hesitate to kill, like, say, 1 million people in order to save 10 million people. Like, all I'm saying is that Makima is definitely a kind of person who is able to make that kind of a decision. No, that's it. Now, whether or not morally speaking she has some other flaws or whatnot, we'll see about that, right? But at this moment in time, before anything else is revealed, I'm just choosing to view her as someone who definitely has the sort of ends justify the means kind of a person, and for the greater good and all that kind of stuff. And to be honest, I actually like that kind of character setting, and I do hope that it's not going to make her turn out into like the hidden antagonist for it all, or I guess they could maybe make her into like an egomaniac or something like that, which she does, in her in what she's saying right now, definitely you can make an argument that maybe she's leaning toward that sort of tendency, like overall controlling, and that, she's always talking about people needing to be put on leashes, and controlling them, and having, someone having a master, and someone who's actually giving out the orders and commands and whatnot. But I don't know if that's just, genuinely because she believed that's for the good of society and that's how society can operate, or it's because of she has this natural tendency to want to control things, right? And these things can be intertwined with each other. So we'll have to see about that in the future. But at the very least, what I'm saying here is that, I'm honestly very sick of the normal shonen spiel, right? Like, oh, we will beat, anytime we have these kinds of characters who's always like, oh, this is for the greater good, you must sacrifice this, you must sacrifice that, and blah blah blah. And always, we have the shonen protagonist who's powering and through, saying, we can't do this, we will win through the power of friendship and hope and dreams and all that. And look, I get it, right? People like to have this sort of this sort of like hero always wins, and it's a great happy ending for everyone, that kind of situation. I get it, but I do enjoy a lot more of this kind of work as well, specifically in grimdark settings or whatnot, where you have to do this kind of stuff in order to survive, and a lot. It might be the only way to survive, right? And things I'm talking about, like, literally like sacrificing an entire, like if it's a war situation, like maybe sacrificing an entire company of soldiers in order to let the main army retreat, or, having to bomb an entire city that has civilians in it, but, due to there being some secret weapon stashed there, that's the only way to avoid even greater casualties, right? It definitely, you can make a lot of like arguments about how it's a morally slippery slope, and we can argue about the morals about the situation that all we want, but I do think that's what makes these kinds of things interesting. And I do wish that this kind of hard subject was touched on a lot more in mainstream anime, even though, of course, you typically not get that in shonen, because shonen is supposed to give you, it's supposed to give off much more of a positive vibe, right? So it's not necessarily present there. But Chainsaw Man is definitely not a shonen, right? So that's why, I'm a little bit more hopeful that they can expand a little bit more on the sort of like the darker undertones of everything, and including Makima's actions, of how she probably considers a lot of those necessary, like literally in this one, she's been using extortion, she's using torture, and all that kind of stuff, and to her, this is like obvious, right? And she thinks that this is for the good of society, for the good of the nation, and it's unnecessary evil, right? And honestly, to her, she probably doesn't even consider this evil, to be honest. But I rest my case. So, and then we get to see, obviously beyond that as well, we get to see some more of her abilities. We already know that she has contracts with so many different devils. It seems that the way that she killed the people this time is a little bit different from how it was before, where they were literally like crushed and entirely and exploded, right? Here it seems that like they had some sort of like internal injury or whatnot, and all died because of that. So I'm assuming that's yet another devil. But at the very least, we know that she definitely needs the names of that person in order to utilize it, right? And probably, I'm assuming, probably some other information as well, just in case, otherwise, if you literally have the same name, you would be killed along with the designated target, right? So probably some photos or some other kind of information that narrows it down to one specific person, and something like that. Now, some people have made the connection to something like a Death Note, and definitely I feel like this is the kind of situation where we can say that Makima might be exhibiting some of the same similarities to Yagami, right? In terms of, I think that I can be the judge, and I will judge these people, I will punish evil because I am justice, that kind of thing. And here's what I'm talking about, right? Because Death Note is it considered shonen? Probably more so considered a shonen, right? I'm not sure if it being so kill heavy qualifies it as a shonen, but I would say it mostly follows the shonen formula, and so that's why, in the end, Yagami did not win, right? He did not win. A spoiler alert. But I was like, honestly, I was rooting for him. Like, I'm just gonna come out and say it. I was actually rooting for Yami, even though he did kind of go batshit insane at the very end there. But I wanted to see a situation where he can get away with it, right? It's just that. Would that be a good ending? No. Would I want that to happen in real life? Probably not. But this is fiction, right? So it's a lot more refreshing if we can have some new kind of stuff happening in all of this. And certainly I feel like for Chainsaw Man, at least the main we're gonna say like the main character is definitely still Denji, right? He's kind, of course, and he has a kind heart, and whatnot, but he does seem a little bit more apathetic towards the normal human morals, right? Because he has a specific upbringing and whatnot. So I'm quite curious to see like how exactly this entire series is going to take this kind of concept and what's going to, what actually is going to be the ending in the future. Well, hopefully it turned out to be something interesting and not just, Makima is this end game big baddie and we need to take her down, because I feel like that would be kind of lame, to be honest. Alright, and that is it for episode 11 of Chainsaw Man. Obviously, next episode, like I said, we'll probably be seeing someone helping to save Hayakawa, or who knows, maybe Hayakawa has some hidden tricks up his sleeves. We'll see about that. In any case, that is it for episode 11 of Chainsaw Man. Thank you guys. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.